Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and you are welcome to the Flashlearners series, where we solve past and likely questions for your examination. And at the end of this series, your life will never remain the same because I shall be releasing a whole lot of episodes. In this series, I will be making use of the Flashlearners application. Simply visit Google Play Store or flashlearners.com to install the app. Are you watching on YouTube? I've shared the link to both the mobile and desktop app below. Download and let us begin. Approximate 0.007349 to three significant figures. Now, in your BECE, Junior Waec, significant figures is something you keep seeing. Significant figures and decimal places. Significant figure is different from decimal place. Now look at something. When you are given a number like this, the first significant figure is the first value that is not 0. So this is 0.00. This first one that is not 0 is the first significant figure. After you've gotten the first significant figure, any other number, whether 0 or not, they are the second, third, fourth, and fifth respectively. Which means this is the second significant figure, this is the third significant figure, and this is the fourth significant figure. It simply shows that this number is in 4 significant figures. We are asked to approximate it to 3 significant figures. In other words, we are asked to stop here since this is 3 significant figures. What happens to this last one? Should we throw it away? We can only throw it away if it is not more than 4. Since this last number is more than 4, 9 for that matter, we simply take one from it and add here to give you 5. So this number to 3 significant figures is 0.00735. This is the answer. To make sure you don't get confused, I will give you other cases. If I give you something like this, 0.007344, or I say 0.007341, or I say 0.07045, and I say 0.0007040. In this number, this is the first significant figure, this is the second, and this is the third. So this number to 3 significant figure is simply here. You remove the 4. Why? It is not up to 5, so you don't approximate. Here, to 3 significant figure is simply you remove this one. This is 3 significant figures. Why? 1 is not up to 5. But since here the next number is more than 4, like 9, we can't remove it like that. We simply take one from it and add to the third significant figure to get 5. That is the reason for that. Now for numbers like this is still the first significant figure, this is the second significant figure, whether 0 or not. So now you've gotten the first significant figure, which is the number that is not 0. Any number after the first significant figure is your second significant figure. So and this is the third significant figure. If you are approximating this number to 3 significant figures, the next one is more than 4, is 5. So you simply take one here and put here. This becomes 5, this goes. So this is to 3 significant figures. For this, here is to 3 significant figures. The next number is 0, so we can't approximate. So I hope you understand what I'm doing. And if you are given questions to approximate to significant figures, hope you know what to do. How about we approximating this one to 2 significant figures? This is the first, this is the second. The third number is not up to 5 or more than 5, so we simply remove. So this is to 2 significant figures. Arrange in as descending order of magnitude: 3/5, 1/2, and 4/7, and 5/9. They say arrange in descending order. Descending order simply means from the biggest to smallest. While ascending order simply means from the smallest to the biggest. which means you put down the biggest one first, the next biggest one, the next one, and the smallest one. What do we do? When we are given numbers or fractions to arrange in ascending or descending order, this is how to know the biggest ones. It is something I learned. Don't tell anybody. Oh. Let it be between me and you. All these fractions are proper fraction, which means the numerator is bigger than the denominator. What you simply do is, in your rough work, invert them. Turn this to 5 over 3, turn this to 2 over 1, turn this to 7 over 4, turn this to 5 over 9. What do you do? Here, 5 divided by 3 will simply be 1 remainder 2. 2 divided by 1 is 2 remainder 0. Is 2 divided by 1 is 2 remainder 0. 7 divided by 4 is 1 remainder 3. 5 divided by 9, sorry, this is invert. 9 divided by 5, that will give you 1 remainder 4. Having done that, you ask yourself, which of the number is smallest? The smallest numbers are 1, 2, 3. So out of these smallest numbers, which one gives you the smallest remainder? This gives you remainder 2. It gives you the smallest remainder, so this is the biggest. Since they are all 1, 1, 1, and it gives you the smallest remainder, this is the biggest, followed by what? This gives you the next big remainder, so this is the next big. This is one whole number. What is the remainder? 4. This is the third big. Now, this one is 2. 2 is already bigger than 1, 1, 1. That's why we didn't consider it. So this is the smallest. What do I mean? After dividing, you check what is the answers. This gave you 1 remainder something, 2 remainder something, 1 remainder something, 1 remainder something. So you focus on the lowest ones, which are 1 remainder something. In the ones remainder something, which one gives you the smallest remainder? The one that gives you the smallest remainder is the biggest. The one that gives you the next smallest remainder is the next big. The one that gives you the other smaller remainder is the third biggest. Now, this one gives you a bigger answer, which is 2. We will consider this value before the remainder. Although this one is remainder 0, but 2 is bigger than every other ones. So this is the smallest. What do you now do? Since this is the biggest, you invert them back. 3 over 5 is the biggest. What is the next biggest? This one is the next biggest. So we take it to original, 4 over 7. 4 over 7. The third biggest is what? 5 over 9. 5 over 9. And the smallest is 1 over 2. 1 over 2. So 3 over 5, 4 over 7, 5 over 9, and 1 over 2. That is the order, descending order. If they had said ascending order simply means from smallest to biggest. So ascending will be 1 over 2, 5 over 9, 4 over 7, 3 over 5. Descending, which we are asked to do, is 3 over 5, greater than 4 over 7, greater than 5 over 9, greater than 1 over 2. I hope you found my explanation helpful. In a class of 30 students, 16 are boys. What is the probability that a student choosing at random from the class is a girl? Out of 30 students, boys is equals 16. Now, in the class, total number of students is 30, and they say boys are 16. Apart from boys, what else can you have? It's girls now. You have boys and girls in class. You don't count animals or something as humans. So obviously, they've already given us the things we need. They've given us the total number of students and boys. The girls will simply be total students minus the number of boys. That is 14. So we have 14 girls in the class. But the question did not say we should find the number of girls. It says, what is the possibility that a girl is picked? Possibility or probability. The probability that a girl will be picked is simply number of girls in the class over the total number of students. The possibility that a boy is picked is simply number of boys in the class over total number of students. So if you have two events, possibility of one happening is simply 1 over the 2. Now, the probability of events not happening is 1 minus probability of it happening. If the probability of events happening is 1/2, the probability of it not happening is 1 minus probability of it happening. So this is the probability of girls in the class, and they expect us to break down the fraction. Let's see, what can divide 14 and 30 without remainder? 14 divided by 2 is 7, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. So we've broken this down to have 7/15, and we have something like that in the option, which is option E. Then if we are asked to solve for the probability that a student picks at random is a boy, it is simply this, and when you break this down, you simply have 8/15. So option D is not the correct option. Option D would have been correct if we are solving for possibility or probability of boys. Since we are solving for girl, we go with this. The sum of the ages of an English teacher and her student is at least 76 years. If the teacher is S years old and the student is S minus 6 years old, find the possible value of S. Wow! This is under word problem. And you know, one thing I love about word problem is that it requires you to reason, and if you're able to reason, you enjoy word problem. Yes, they are one of the simplest parts of mathematics, but a lot of students find it difficult. Look at this now, then you tell me what is difficult in it. It says the sum of the ages of an English teacher and her student is at least 76 years, which means English teacher or teacher plus student. So with this, we've answered the first part, which says the sum of the ages. It means we're adding the ages. Is at least 76. So the result is 76. They did not tell us that it is equal to 76. They said at least 76. Now, if I say at least 10, I need at least 10 boys. What does that mean? It simply means that I need greater than or equal to 10 boys. If you bring 10 boys, I will accept. If you bring 11, I will accept. If you bring 15, I will accept. But don't bring 9. That is at least greater than or equal to. Then if I say I need at most 10 boys, it simply means lesser than or equal to. Once I'm talking about at most, then at most 10. If you give me 11 boys, I won't collect. 9, fine. 8, fine. So it shouldn't exceed 10. That is the difference between at most and at least. This simply tells us that this question is under inequality because they did not say equal to. They say at least. So at least means it's greater than or equal to, which means the sum of the age of teacher and student is greater than or equal 76. And it further says that if the teacher is S years old, which means teacher is S and the student is S minus 26 years old, so sum S minus 26 years old student to greater than or equals 76. With this, food is ready. You are able to solve inequality. Here is S, plus times S is plus S, plus times minus 26 is minus 26, is greater than or equals 76. S plus S is 2S minus 26 greater than or equals 76. So 2S is greater than or equals 76 minus 26. What did we do? Collecting like terms. If 2S, look at something. This is minus 26. As it crosses, it becomes plus 26. Remember, when a negative number crosses the equality sign, it becomes positive. So 2S is greater than or equals 102. And to get S, we divide both sides by 2. S is equals 51. So the possible value of S is 51, not equals 51, but greater than or equal to 51, since we are still dealing with inequality. So option B is the correct option. And in fact, the options already suggest to you that we are dealing with inequality, not equality or equations. Welcome back and thank you for watching this episode on the series. Feel free to check out the other episodes. Subscribe so you don't miss out any video, and feel free to tell your friends about this. Thank you.